Hey everybody, we're back with Fallout 76, and yeah, it's been a little while since I put it up on the channel, mainly because, I did have that, it wasn't meant to be a rant video, but it turned into a rant video, and it's just like, I deleted it off the channel. It's just like, I don't like where it's going. I mean, I didn't like that video. I did it when I was sick, I guess, I rewatched it. It's like, I don't like this, it reminded me of, if I was becoming the channels I don't like watching, like the ones that just rant about video games that, and they don't play them. And that's what that video reminded me of. Like, I can't have this on the channel. No. And a couple other things. One, I am working on an all weapons video. It should be out Friday. Hopefully. I am hoping it will be out Friday. The game is taking a long time to unlock everything I want to do for that video. Thirdly, I am working on another Wasteland Weaponistics video. That will be on the secondary channel. Um, yeah. And fourthly, some very nice person just gave me a bunch of Berserker's weapons. I thank him or her. Gave me this Berserker's Deathclaw Gauntlet, this awesome Berserker's Explosive Lever Action. I took the scope off. I'm sorry if you wanted me to keep the scope, but I don't like scopes. Let's zoom in. If you're wondering why I don't have the iron sights on it, this is glitched where it required, like this sight here, it said it had no build requirements. I could just use it, which is weird. Yeah, and he gave me, what else? Oh, Berserker's automatic radium rifle. So yeah, bunch of good weapons. I thank him very much. I, or her, depending, because huh. There is a strange amount of like I said before, there's a strange amount of women playing this game. That's not meant to be like a sexist comment, like, oh, I get these girls out of my games. No, it's just that it kind of shocks me because I remember for decades, like game manufacturers kind of struggled in order to like attract girls to their game, and it's just strange that this one has so many of them playing it, which is cool. Like the only thing I remember like girls actually playing in terms of video games is the Sims. I mean, like I guess and like little like most. Like, that's all I remember them playing mostly. Like that's what my sister played. She played The Sims. That's what she played. That's what she liked. That's the only game she liked. The Sims. So I guess maybe it's like things where you build and take care of a house. I guess girls also play Minecraft, and there is the very few girls that play Call of Duty. Like, yeah. I remember there was a in my 11th grade English, this girl comes into our class. She's new to the school. All right, and like it's weird. Our English class was literally boys all sat on one side, girls all sat on the other, right? And that's not how the teacher arranged this. That's just how things were. It's just how we sat because we all knew each other. Like our school was weird, where everybody in our grade knew each other. There was no like popular kids. Like everybody just knew each other. Not gonna say there was no bullies. Not gonna say anything like that. There was, but I could just go sit at the popular kids table. I could or the perceived popular kids, and everybody talked to each other, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, back to this English class. She comes in, right? And you're like, oh, she's just gonna sit over by the girls. She comes in, takes my friend's seat before he sits down. I'm just like, whoa, who is this girl? And then she talks to us about Call of Duty. It was MW. It was the time of Modern Warfare 3. I was just like, huh, how strange. And all the other girls were jealous because we all wanted to talk to her. You could see it on their faces. It was hilarious. There's no one in here. Ah. Oh, there's you. It was, I just found it hilarious, and I still remember her. She had red hair. I don't remember her name, but she liked my hair. I remember that. She's like, you have very curly hair, and yes, I do. When it's long, it's, closest thing I can compare it to is Joey Ramone's hair. Whenever I have it long, but I get a haircut once a year. I grow it out real long, and then I cut it real short. I usually like keeping it long, but every once in a while I like getting it short. And people are like, "Oh my god, you got your haircut." It's like, "Yep, do it every year. You've seen me every year," and they still freak out. What else? I don't know. Still no legendary in here. I came in one time, alright? Or no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was one time. Yeah, a couple times recently. Because I know that there used to be a legendary always in there. You'd go in there and there'd always be a legendary. That's just how it worked. There was always be a legendary in there. Then they changed it to where there's very rarely a legendary. However, a couple times I've went in there, there has been 3 stars. And I got a quad pump action 3-star weapon from in there. And I don't know what to do with it, because it seems like it'd be a good weapon. Right? But yet, I don't have a shotgun. Maybe I should do a shotgun build. Like, I should probably do another build, because, like, this Berserker's build is basically complete. Like, I have all the weapons. I mean, maybe I can move a couple perks around to make it better. Oh, well, that's not good. I can't take that off because I'm carrying way too much. And I think I still have Needle Spine, which is not going to be fun. Oh, so if you're wondering why there was no video yesterday, well, I learned something. On my computer, I can't put the Elgato's recording thing in the front of the PC. I can't use both front USB slots at the same time with the mic and the Elgato because it makes a terrible noise in the mic somehow. It picks that up. It's weird. Oh, and what did I talk about in that last video? Let's try to remember. Actually, a couple things. One is that Steam sale that went on. I got a couple games, for the all weapons videos. Like, I really shouldn't be spending money. Like, I am not a person who has money. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm poor. However, I wouldn't say that we're quite middle class. I mean, our house is very old and kind of falling apart in some places. Actually, in a lot of places. It's from the 1800s, if you want to know. It's so old that the floor in the basement is stone. I remember I told someone that they're like, stone? Like, you mean concrete? No, there's no concrete down there. It's stone. It breaks apart every now and then. Kind of funny. Because this house actually one time, get this, had a stream that went through their house. That's not sure when they got rid of that, but there used to be a stream that went through the house. I guess that's how they wash clothes. Because it's a very old farmhouse. Very old. This is kind of cool, and I kind of want that back, because then you'd never have to, like, pay a water bill, right? Because then you would just have water in your basement. That'd be one way to cut the cord. Or, not cut the cord, off the grid. Those off-the-grid guys, they're always so cool to me. It's like, oh, look, you're like, look how much money they save, probably. But then they spend a lot, to get their house ready, so I guess maybe it's not worth it. I don't know. Oh, well, look at how much this lever action does this. 308. 308 damage compared to my vampires one. It does 200. Well, no, it actually doesn't do 232. Hold on. 155. It is doing basically double damage. Sure, it doesn't fire as fast, and it doesn't heal me, but 308 damage is pretty good. I mean, that's only... I mean, that's not that much less than a, if. That does 500. That's only 200 damage less. Or near 200 damage less than that black powder. This thing's really good, and I thank the person who gave it to me. I did take the scope off, like I said. What else? Oh, the forums. That's what I was going to talk about. The forums of Fallout 76 are pretty interesting. There was a thread within the last week. And it had to do with, not... I don't know how to explain this. Oh, new gear going forward in the game and how it will affect old gear, right? And it was like, and he asked, how are you going to react if the new gear makes your old gear worthless? Like everything you have now, you know, like standard MMO stuff. Like, and a lot of the answers were like, you know, oh, I'm not grinding again. I'm already at the top, you know, which, you know, makes sense. But it's obvious these people never play an MMO. And Fallout 76 is an MMO. Is an MMO, even though people say it's not. But we'll get into what this guy's thread. And it was like, okay, so in an MMO, like World of Warcraft, I think Elder Scrolls Online as well. I'm not sure though. Elder Scrolls Online's weird, but like we'll use World of Warcraft. In an MMO, you get to max rank or high, like 60 or 70 or 80 or 90 or whatever number they're on now. You do the dungeon, right? You do your dungeons. That gets you ready for the raid. You do the raid. That gets you ready for bigger raids. Alright? So every time you're replacing gear. And even when you get the top gear, you know, when the new expansion comes in, you know, all your gear becomes useless because now you have to get new ones. New gear. You know, for the higher level. And, you know, rinse and repeat for the entire life of, you know, the game. Well, it seems a lot of people have played this game because there was a lot of threads like, oh, I'm gonna quit the game if my gear becomes useless. It's like, obviously never played an MMO. What can we do? There's never... Oh, wait, where's Huntersville? Let's go test some of these weapons out on Super Mutants. But yeah, it's just interesting, like, people's reaction, like, because they showed new weapons, right? They showed, what was it? A Gauss pistol, I think a Gauss shotgun, a Gauss minigun, and a plasma caster, right? So that's already probably going to be a much better shotgun. The Gauss shotgun's probably going to be better than the pump or the handmade, so it's going to replace them. Alright, the Gauss pistol, I'm guessing, is going to be much better than basically the revolvers we have now. And the Gauss minigun is probably going to be much higher damage. It should be much higher damage than the Gatling or the minigun. You know. So you know, and plasma caster, you know, it's going to be probably, I'm guessing, better than the Gatling plasma. Well, except for the explosive ones, you know, the legacy weapons that are only used in PvP now. I wonder how armor is gonna work as well. I don't know. Like, it'd be interesting. Like, I said this before, and this is one of my kind of complaints. It'd be more interesting to the game if they added unique weapons, like how actual MMOs do it, instead of just the legendary system. Because they kind of did. They did a little bit, and then they didn't as well. Ooh, that's good damage on the head. Weapon works. I mean, it's not one-shotting them, but it's definitely good. Oh, that's... Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, speaking of grenades, uh, and games with grenades. I did happen to buy the battle pass for Call of Duty. Don't know why. Um, oh, I know why. It's because, well, two reasons. I thought it was just DLC, like how map packs work. Because I don't really know what a battle pass means, right? I was like, oh, it's just a DLC because I saw it had weapons. I'm like, oh, the DLC, let me buy it. You know, because I'm playing Call of Duty I'm at least playing Call of Duty with my friends. Right? I don't really play it that much by myself. By my friends, tons. Hmm. But I bought it because I also had like I had $18 or $17 and like 70 some cents just sitting on my account for like several months now. And it's just like, all right, what am I doing with this? Like, I don't like having the money sitting on the Xbox account, you know? Still requires 3 shots, strangely enough. The lever action also requires... The other lever action also requires 3 shots. Despite doing double damage. Oh, gunpowder. Hmm. I don't know. Like, I wanted to do another series, like, about all the variants in Call of Duty, except I'm also kind of mad at Call of Duty because, like, every season they reset your level down to 55. However, you needed to get to level 155 in order to get this special, like, M16 kind of thing. And I got to, like, 150. And then, like, my level was reset. I'm like, oh, God. I was like, oh, God dang it. I'm so close to getting that. I know it's not very good, but I want it, you know? Phone call? From who? That was a friend of mine telling me he was going to come over to the house after he gets off of work because he wants to try rhubarb pie. I think we still have the rhubarb pie because we had rhubarb pie for Thanksgiving. If you never had rhubarb pie, it is both the worst and best thing at the same time. If you don't know what a rhubarb plant is, it kind of looks like the stem kind of looks like celery, and then the top has like a big leaf. If you know what elephant ear is, it kind of looks like that except with a red stem. And the thing is with rhubarb, it is poisonous and it will kill you, but only if you eat the leaf. The leaf is poisonous. The stem you can eat. However, the stem is red, and the leaf is green. Now you think that the good part is the green part, and the bad part's the red part, because green good, red bad. No, it's the opposite with rhubarb. Rhubarb is also very tart and bitter. So when you make a rhubarb pie, it's basically chop up a bunch of rhubarb, shove it into a pie crust, dump a pound of sugar on it. Cover it with a crust. There you go, rhubarb pie. Let's drop connection. Yeah, we'll go 25 minutes. Leader of the pack. I would do that, but no. Alright, fine, we'll do an Enclave event. I really should try another build. Cause like this one's basically complete. Like there's not much left to do on it. And maybe I should try a power armor build. Cause that would work. I could do it. But I don't want to start a new character until Wastelanders, right? Like I'd like to do Wastelanders, do the Raider on this one because I never choose the bad guy in any Fallout game. I'm always, good guy, good guy, good guy, Every Fallout, oh, New Vegas is kind of... There's no real good guy in New Vegas. Like, the first time I went through, I chose the NCR. Second time I went through New Vegas, I went with Caesar's Legion. I have to say, a lot of people praise New Vegas. Caesar's Legion questline is pretty bad. Like, it is... it's not very fun. Like, it's a lot of go here, kill these people because we don't like them. Or, yeah, basically, or convince people because, like, they tell you to go kill the Brotherhood of Steel in the Caesar's questline. Like, oh, spoilers. And it's like... And the reasoning is, you can't get them to, join you. Not like they ever would, but it would still be kind of interesting if you could get them to join you. Let's see here. Then you have, it's also kind of lazy that, like, the boomers, I think the boomers up in the Nellis Air Force Base. I think it's Nellis Air Force Base, right? Like, in both quest lines, you convince them to join you. Like... You have to convince them to join you. It's it's like every other quest line in Fallout New Vegas is kind of well fleshed out. The Caesar's Legion one is not. At least in my opinion. Oh, and it also made me very angry, like New Obsidian's use of invisible walls everywhere, because there's one quest in particular where you have to assassinate the president of the NCR. Like, he's giving his speech and you assassinate him. Connection established. Well, you think, like, there's literally a cliff that overlooks the speech area. I'm like, oh my god, that's the perfect spot. You get your sniper rifle or any other gun that can shoot long range. You get up there, they take aim, boom, and you're clear. You're too far away for their AI to notice. Well, apparently Obsidian noticed that, and so they put invisible walls everywhere around there. Like, this perfect cliff that it's just like, what? Why would you do that? Why would you block off a perfect area in order to complete something? Hello?
Ah, Leslie, there you are. Come speak to me this instant.
How do I get up there? No, not there. Ah, in here. The game did not like that. It started dropping frames.
Points oriented. Please proceed to the extraction point.
Yeah, this weapon works. It's pretty good. Don't have many complaints about it. I mean, ammo capacity and has slow reloads, but not too bad. Good at taking out turrets. one thing about real life and this game that go together. This castle, this Berkeley Castle, it's for sale, or it was. I think it's still for sale. Like, you can own this castle in the game. Like, it comes with a bunch of crazy stuff. Like, there's cannons out front in real life. Like, there's armor. It's a beautiful building in real life. I'm just like, and guess how much it's, like, this, it's only $1 million. You're like, oh, $1 million, that's a lot. Yes, but for a castle, for a several-story castle, that's made out of stone, has cannons, has a giant yard, able to defend against invaders. I don't know who's invading West Virginia, but still.
Initiating surveillance process.
Like what you could do, you could rent it, you could buy it for $1 million, right? And then you could just rent it out. Like, you can rent it out for parties, for weddings, and you can make all your money back easily. D&D, you could invite D&D clubs. You could rent it out. Playing Dungeons and Dragons in an actual castle. Speaking of castles, there's actually one in the town over from me. It was never finished. Some guy, I think he won the lottery, and he went out to build a castle. However, he ran out of money. And so now it sits as an unfinished castle. I don't even think it's made of stone. I think it's like made out of stuff that looks like stone, but it's in the shape of a castle. I think someone bought it and they're gonna do something with it, but it's basically like the entire outside is complete. There's nothing on the inside. It's in the town. It's technically in the next town over, but our towns are connected. Like, you would think it's one big town, but it's actually two separate towns with two separate mayors who don't get along. I mean, like, really don't get along. Yeah, well, just kind of neat how that you can own something that's in game. That Berkeley Castle. What's this? Oh, I'm not claiming that. Like, I don't usually claim workshops. I mean, like, I'll claim them sometimes, but like, I have to say, I've only had a workshop taken from me once in this entire lifetime of the game. I've had one taken from me once. Now, I don't know why he took... Like, he didn't want the actual workshop. He just wanted PvP. So, he took it... Like, he captured it, and I was just like, okay, take it. I don't need it anymore. It was, No, it was this one. It was this one. Or no, I had two taken from me. The guy here just wanted PvP, and then I took this one for some reason. I think because it also had lead. I took that one, and the same thing happened. A guy who didn't want the actual workshop, he just wanted the PvP. Both of these were after they got rid of survival, so, the PvP players really, they really want a PvP, but they don't want Battle Royale. Like, they want to use their legendary gear, which I always find funny. See, like, with PvP, I actually enjoyed PvP when this game first came out. Whenever they're, like, this low level, like, level 10, before everyone got to 50, before everyone got legendary gear, I actually enjoyed PvP. It was fun. Alright? Like, I loved going after people who were wanted. Right, you see someone wanted, I remember I took down a whole group of 4 people. Each were, like, worth, like, 200 some, right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did it cheaply. I launched a mini nuke at them back when you could one-shot people. Like, I would always use the mini nuke on somebody who had a high bounty rating. It was just like, I want your bounty, but I'm not gonna deal with you being good at the game. So mini nuke, and that was fun. And then all the legendary gear came in, and then I hated it. So it was like people took such high damage that you couldn't kill them, and then they would have a weapon that could one shot you from far away, and like they could use in VATS so they could instantly hit you. And then what else happened? Then they had a max cap on damage, and it's like, well, I don't enjoy PvP anymore. Like, I wouldn't use the mini nuke on everyone, right? I would only use it on people, basically people who had very high cap bounties. I'm like, okay, he knows what he's doing. I have to get him. Or I would use it on groups, because it's like, okay, there's no way I'm taking out a group easily. And like the mini nuke solved that. Mini nuke actually had a purpose, because outside of that, you never see a mini nuke used, and you don't see a mini nuke used anymore because what's the point of a mini nuke if you can only do 180 some damage? All right, well, I'm gonna end it here. See you later. If anybody happens to be watching, I'd like to thank the person who gave me the Berserker's weapons. I'd like to thank everybody who watches my videos. I really appreciate, this, because I just do it for fun mostly. I'm not like, as you see, I don't like super edit my videos. I'm not trying to, just get, clickbait views. I don't clickbait. I don't think I've clickbaited like a couple times, but I don't clickbait on probably 99% of my videos. It's, Fallout 76. It's usually gameplay, date as my title, and like the card is usually a loading screen from the game, or or just a screenshot of the game. Nothing like crazy photoshopped or anything like that. So yeah, bye.